Hello and welcome to Group 6's case review of Atlantic Computers. Group members include Kirk Kozienko, Shannon McAllister, Vince Rodriguez, Joseph Spatafor, and Alyssa Spears. Atlantic Computer is a company that has been around for 30 years providing high-end servers. With the internet changing the way computers were used, Atlantic Computer found a way to remain the largest player in the industry thanks to a product called Radia. Radia was a high-end performance server that was marketed and sold to large enterprise customers. Atlantic Computer feels that the customer intimacy and product differentiation was important to them as their product was top-notch and highly reliable. They also had a high-quality sales team that worked together with the product team in order to assure that quality was taken from beginning to end. Before we can explain the 4 Ps and how our recommendations will come into play, it's important to discuss 2 key factors in how we formulated that information. That would be the objectives and focus. Atlantic Computer marketing objectives included what any company would look for: profit maximization and increased market share. The competitive focus will utilize trade shows to emphasize the value of their product and also creating a customer lifetime value. This is something that can set Atlantic Computers apart from their competitors, as they will be supporting the customers after the sale with implementation services and technical support. That support will assist the customer's needs to post-implementation. When we begin to look into the 4 Ps for Atlantic Computers, it's important to note their hardware and software services. The hardware consisted of Tron, which is Atlantic's basic server offering, and Radia, which was their high-performance offering. Atlantic has developed a performance-enhancing software that optimizes server performance known as the Performance Enhancing Server Accelerator, which is referred to as PESA. With PESA, Atlantic boasts that their Tron server will run more efficiently and at a proposed lower cost to the competition in this segment. It's specifically designed to make frequently requested information such as files, data, pictures, and similar items extremely accessible. This is what makes the bundle so attractive. Because software tools were limited in production and there wasn't a large emphasis in selling a product like this in the past, the sales force historically gave these items away, but Jaller had to argue Matzer's stance and explain why he felt the PESA should be treated differently. The bundle itself would pay for both the Tron server plus the PESA software. Factors leading to the current position on bundling as stated in the previous slide include the Tron server and PESA. Since management felt these two were not competing substitutes, it's important to explain each component. Tron was developed to meet emerging U.S. marketplace opportunities and was your low-end basic server. PESA was designed for frequently requested information, like the previously mentioned files, data, pictures, and similar functions, and was a perfect complement to the Tron. There were 2 main target segments that were important industry characteristics: your high-performance servers and your basic servers. The high-performance servers' estimated demand over the next year is 200,000 units with a projected growth of 3% over the next 2 years. Atlantic Computer holds 20% total revenue in the industry for high-performance servers. The basic servers' estimated demand is 50,000 units with a projected growth of 36%. Right now, this is dominated by Ontario Computer, who holds a 50% revenue market share, using mostly online sales and compete largely on price. When looking at pricing options for Atlantic Computers, there are 2 main options. The first would be a traditional pricing option. Within this option, different stages would include status quo pricing, where the customer is only charged for the hardware and the software, which is provided at no additional charge. The price tag on this option would be $2,000 for the customer. The next option would be competitive-based pricing, where Atlantic Computer would charge an equal price to 4 Ontario Zinc servers and charge the customer $6,800 for a Tron server. Another traditional option would be cost-plus pricing. With this option, Atlantic would charge a premium over what the development costs were. Customers would be charged $2,846 for a Tron server. Atlantic Computers could also employ a value-in-use pricing model. By doing this, the company would identify the savings a customer would realize in buying a Tron and PESA bundle as opposed to a Zinc competitor. Savings can be calculated by savings on electricity, software licenses, and labor cost. The problem Atlantic Computer was facing was whether or not to charge for the Atlantic bundle, and then of course what to charge if that was their decision. With this came many factors, beginning with how they would price the Tron server and Pesa bundle. If they didn't do this, they needed to figure out how much money will they be leaving on the table in lost profit. On top of figuring out what the proper price point and sales strategy, Atlantic Computers needed to face how their customers are going to react to purchasing additional software with their server, as server support software is typically installed at no additional cost to the customer. Would they be able to overcome this as a company? After deciding what sales and product approach Atlantic was going to take, they soon had to turn their eye onto the sales force. Would they have to change the compensation package to meet these new pricing issues? If we specifically focus on the sales team, we would see that right now the team is highly involved in the sales and post-sale activities and are required to have a clear understanding of the value of Pesa. They currently earn a 70% salary and 30% commission. It was not clear whether or not commission was based on the size of the deal or units sold, but we assumed for the sake of this project that they are earning a per unit commission with a greater percentage per unit sold. One thing that is important to point out is that the buy-in of the sales team was very important, as these are the people who will eventually be the primary source in charge of generating demand, fulfilling demand, and providing post-sales assistance. We have briefly discussed the 4 P's of product, price, placement, and promotion, but we are going to take a little bit of a deeper dive to fully identify these areas for Atlantic Computer. Since we have already gone into detail with the product offering from Atlantic Computer, this will be a quick review. We already know that there are 2 products, Tron and Pesa, and we are looking at bundling the 2. When looking at the second P, pricing, we specifically chose to use value in pricing as we felt this better served the company with the best result by choosing this strategy the company could identify for the customer savings that they would enjoy by purchasing a Tron Pesa bundle. We wanted to avoid price discrimination and agreed that it would be best to have one set price so that we can be fair across the board and not anger or scare off any potential buyers in sales meetings or trade shows. Although we feel a value and pricing strategy will be the best for the company, there will be challenges with this plan. Since Atlantic Computer has never charged for their software in the past, they will need to change their philosophy within their company in order to implement this plan. Ways that Atlantic Computers can do this include training sales staff to properly outline the value to the customers so they can understand financial benefits of the Tron Pesa bundle. The sales team needs to be truly convinced of these benefits, as 30% of their pay will come from the commission from sales, and value in use pricing servers are lower priced than the individual part servers. With the same commission rate being offered to the sales staff and a higher price with the bundle, this can equal a higher income. If we take a look at this cost savings analysis, we can see that there is a significant savings of the Tron Pesa bundle, as we are looking at 1 server compared to Ontario Computer's Zinc, which is 2 servers. The 1 server approach was cheaper in every aspect as far as equivalent unit cost, electricity, licensure, equivalent administrator cost, total unit cost, and it was equal in price for the unit administrator cost. In the end, your total savings is $3,200. So where does this product sit? Well, it actually has a place in 2 markets. Our primary market is going to be the direct end users in the basic server market, and examples would include the daytraderjournal.com and other companies with large file sharing and web server demands. The secondary market is sold through computer hardware and software channel partners like Newegg, Tiger Direct, and your small business mom and pop providers. In order to promote this bundle, we are going to look at our primary target, which are the end users in basic server markets. The focus is to do more with less by having a more efficient product. We also feel that Atlantic Computer needs to utilize trade shows for product launches and lead generation. One specific show in general is the Small and Medium-Sized Enterprise System Solution Trade Show, also known as SME. They also need to leverage the existing customer base to mine basic server opportunities. When we look at the secondary target market for the Atlantic bundle, we want to aim for our channel partners. By using the doing more with less strategy, we can focus on the savings as far as space, electricity, and software are concerned. We will also use the trade shows such as the Big Show and the Channel Partners Telecom Conference and Expo. In conclusion, we recommend to not leave any money on the table. We stand by value in use pricing since cost plus pricing doesn't make as much sense due to cost auditing. The sales team will need to be educated and believe in the value of the product in order to convince customers of the very same thing and see the value in their product. Atlantic Computer needs to continue to produce the highest quality products and utilize their sales team. Post-sales assistants will help with the operational aspects of the Atlantic bundle to provide optimal customer service and, of course, ample training for the employees. Thank you everyone for your time to review Atlantic Computer with Group 6.